inshallah. Before we close, there's a question someone asked, and it's a pertinent question. It's very interesting. Someone asked that they're worried about their iman, and they feel like a bit of a hypocrite, right? And many people have questions about their faith. Am I true? Am I, or they feel a sense of shortcoming. And there's a beautiful narration from one of the senior companions, Sayyidina Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, one of the great companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's related by Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hasan in Kitab al-Athar. And Imam Muhammad al-Hasan is the great, one of the great students of Imam Abu Hanifa. He relates from Abu Hanifa, from Jawab al-Taymi, from Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, the great companion of the Prophet ﷺ, that a man came to him, a person came to him and said, Inni atakhawwafu ala nafsi nifaq. He said, I am fearful regarding myself with respect to hypocrisy. فقال له أبو موسى رضي الله تعالى عنه أما صليت قط حيث لا يراك أحد إلا الله قال بلى قال فإن المنافق لا يصلي حيث لا يراه أحد إلا الله. So Sayyidina Abu Musa al-Ash'ari asked him, have you ever prayed in a place where no one but Allah sees you? And the man said, indeed I have. So Abu Musa told him, truly a hypocrite wouldn't pray where others don't see, where others besides Allah don't see him. So there's several parts to this answer, right? One of the things is, because hypocrisy is that you manifest something that you don't actually possess. So the chapter heading for this that Imam Muhammad al-Hasan put is the prayer of the one who fears for hypocrisy. If you fear for hypocrisy, have some routine of prayer that you pray on your own, right? Away from people. And that, if you do that, that's a sign that you're true in your faith. So the first is, if you fear with respect to hypocrisy, then, number one, pray where others don't see you pray. And that applies even in family, right? That in family, sometimes, we find it more, just have some prayer that no one knows about but you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's number one. Number two, don't allow yourself to accept doubts about your faith. Waswasas from the shaitan, right? Rather just look at your conduct. Like, do you believe? Yes, that's it. Don't go into the what if analysis regarding your faith. What if I don't really believe, right? Just ask you, do I believe? Yeah. That's it, and just move on. Right? And then the question is, how do I strengthen that? If you have questions, don't go into confusion, but rather, what are the practical steps? If it's an intellectual question, then seek clarification. If it's a spiritual question, nurture it through spiritual works. Right? Nurture it through spiritual works. We also see that it's from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and the practice of the companions. Then when people asked them questions, they gave them empowering answers. They gave them something to do that will help them build their faith. Right? And this goes back to the reality the Prophet ﷺ said, As-salatu khayru mawdu'. Prayer is the very best of matters. Whoever wishes to pray a lot, let them do so. And whoever wishes to pray only a little, let them do so. Right? And this is one of the keys to strengthening. So anytime, and if you fear, it's not just hypocrisy, you fear anything else. You feel dismayed, you feel worried. That people are worried that people are giving them funny looks in the subway because they look visibly Muslim. Anytime you have any fear, turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in worship. Right? And Imam al-Arabi al-Darqawi gave an amazing piece of advice. He said that when tribulations befall you, turn to the one who sent them and he will lift them. He says, وَقَدْ غَلِطَ فِي ذَلِكَ قَوْمٌ كَثِيرٌ. Said many people have made grave errors in this. That when tribulations, when trials, when tests, when difficulties befall them, they busy themselves with the trial. And it just gets bigger for them. Had they instead busied themselves with Allah, He would have relieved it. And this is the divine promise. وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. Whoever places their trust in Allah, He is their sufficiency. Right? Because all that there is to life is two aspects. Is to see things from Allah and then to respond to them in the ways pleasing to Allah. But seeing them as being from Allah requires acts of turning to Allah. So anytime you feel shaken, you're not already seeing it as being from Allah and have that certitude, and then you have to work on it, right? Because the quality, one of the qualities of the believers mentioned again and again in the Quran is لا خوف عليهم. They're not to be fearful. ولا هم يحزنون. And nor shall they grieve. And this grief is the fearfulness of what will happen, because they're people of certitude. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us and you of them. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.